And now we are joined by UFC welterweight Jason Witt, who faces Bryan Barberena at UFC Vegas 33 on July 31st. How has the training camp been going ahead of this fight, Jason? It's been 4 months since your last fight. So you had a bit of time to kind of put your focus towards this fight.
Yeah, my training camp is going real good. 4 months is quite a bit of time you get a little bit of relaxation time to where you're not busting your ass every day in the gym. And then, just kind of ramping things up. And right now we're just letting things settle down a little bit and letting the body rest a little bit, tapering down a little bit of the fight.
And I've seen you been training with Julian Marquez. How has it been like training with a fighter like him? He's quite a unique fighting style. So I'm guessing you can prepare for any kind of fighting style really with him.
Yeah, man. He's been great. He's been a great addition to the camp that we've had. Him and I sat down kind of before training camp really started. We sat down and just talked about it. He's like, man, I'll be in the gym every day with you. And I've literally worked with him pretty much, I'd say almost every day leading up to this fight, just because he is, he's similar to Barberena in the sense that, he's a good boxer, decent takedown defense, good wrestling. But he's a lot bigger too. Right now he's in the 200s and he's a big boy, and moving him around is not a lot of fun. So that does have helped me out and kind of prepared for the fight coming up.
And is James Krause in your corner for this fight as well?
Yeah.
What has it been like training under him, having him as a coach? Obviously, he's well respected in terms of MMA, and you hear a lot of fighters talking about what kind of impact he's had. What kind of impact has he had on you as a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, he's I've been with James Krause for about 6-7 years now. I've been to every Glory gym since he started Glory. He's the number one coach. He's the number one coach in MMA right now. Like people want to talk about coach of the year, this, that. He's top notch, best coach there is, and I stand by that statement. Just in terms of just student of the game, man, and he really picks apart fights and he really helps you out a lot. And he's a busy dude, but he sits down with everybody. He's there an hour or two before training camp every day, or training every day, and hitting pads with people, holding pads, work on game plans, all kinds of stuff, man. So he's definitely played a huge part in a lot of aspects of the fighting game for me.
And it's been, I believe, just over 4 months since your last fight. Obviously, that didn't play out how exactly you wanted it to, but how do you reflect on it now, having the time to thought about it and reflect on it?
Yeah, but it was I'm not gonna lie, it was one of those rough fights. After losing that fight, it really hit me emotionally on that one. It wasn't fun at all. But I got a lot of great people around me, and in this game, you have to have a short-term memory. And Krause always says, you get the weekend to laugh, cry, or do whatever you got to. Is back to work on Monday. So it sucked, but the only way to get over it is to come back and get into training with people that you have at Glory, and that's what I did. And I just kind of put myself in the cage. That's the only way. Back into training, that's the only way you get better, doing stuff. So regardless, win, lose, or draw, you got to be back in the gym Monday and just put in the work.
Have you made any changes in terms of how you've prepared for this fight, coming off that fight, or is it just stick to what you know best, really?
Yeah, it's not. So at one point I went to the UFC Institute and kind of took some tests to see if we go down to 55, just because I'm not a huge welterweight as it is. The test said that I couldn't do that, but the test showed me that I was an extremely stressed athlete. They said I was probably one of those stressed athletes on the UFC roster, which is crazy. I've made a lot of changes in my nutrition, but I've also made a lot of changes in my sleep schedule. I own a gym in Oakland Park, Kansas, and so I was kind of waking up at 4 a.m. every day and running myself. I'd wake up at 4, go to bed at 10, train twice a day, have 8 clients in between. I was just running myself then. So a lot of the changes I made were just kind of lifestyle changes, not even really in the gym. There's a couple of things I've done in the gym too, in terms of just working on little details. Like I'm a veteran in this game, and you're not going to show me a lot of things I haven't seen before, but just kind of fine tuning the details that I work on best has really been the biggest key to what I've been changing.
And you talk about the sleep schedule and other changes you made. Do you feel as if you're a lot more confident going to this fight now, doing those changes, and you feel like your body is as best as it can be?
Yeah, man, it's made a huge difference. I mean, I'm getting at least 2 to 3 hours more sleep a night, which makes a huge difference on just my mentality about life. You know, like I don't know if you ever missed a couple hours of sleep at night, but you wake up and you just I'm a very angry person if I don't get my sleep, if I don't eat right. You know? So definitely getting a couple of more hours of sleep. I'm definitely more focused in the gym, and I'm definitely more pleasure to be around. You can ask my wife that. That's a true story.
And your opponent Bryan Barberena had some experience in the UFC. What do you make of him as an opponent, and have you watched much tape of him going into this fight?
Yeah, I have. No, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people want to ask me game plan and stuff like that, but you know, he's a veteran in the UFC. He really is. He's put in. He's fought a lot of good people. I think he's a little bit on the back end of his career, which you can say both of us are, but it is what it is. It's opponents never come down to who I'm fighting. It's always about who shows up in terms of myself. And with the changes I've made in the gym, with the changes I've made in sleep, I know a different person going to show up in that gym than previously shown up before.
And you look at some of the names that have beaten him, Barberena. Do you see that as like extra motivation for you? Because I believe it's Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, and Vicente Luque have beaten him. Adding yourself to that list would be quite a recognition for you.
Yeah, for sure. When I add my name to that list, it'll be a nice little tagline to have.
Could we just get a prediction from you then, going into this fight? How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, playing out no matter what. It got fight of the night written all over it.
Do you have a way of victory or something you're envisioning at all?
Man, he's durable. He's tough. You know what I mean? He's going to be tough to put away, but I feel like I can grind him out 3 rounds. I could TKO him in the second round. There's so many possibilities in this fight that could definitely play out. You know what I mean? Like people want to talk about how good of a fight he had with Vicente Luque, which Vicente is great, man. He's a hell of a fighter. They both really are. But Vicente Luque just boxed with him. Didn't throw a lot of kicks, didn't do a lot of takedown attempts, and do a lot of stuff like that. And that's not me. You know what I mean? I mix the game up really well. I have a very blended game in terms of striking, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. And so I think that wherever the fight goes, I can beat him anywhere.
You could say, looking at him as a fighter, it has some advantages in terms of fighting people, some of the best in the welterweight division. What kind of advantages do you have, do you believe, going into this fight over him?
I mean, I got more fights than he does. Yeah, he has. He's faced better opponents, but I got more fights. I got a better team at Glory MMA. I got better coaches. I'm definitely better looking than he is. But no, man, I think I'm a lot more athletic, and I think that I have a better fight IQ than he does. You know, I really think those things will play into the fight quite a bit.
Well, thank you for joining me, and all the best on July 31st.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.